Hey guys, it's Swanton 007 here to do a WrestleMania 18 pay-per-view review. I just finished the show, started it last night and continued it in the morning. So I'm just going to start off straight away. WrestleMania started with an opening act of Saliva Sing Superstar. I didn't enjoy it. The first match of the opening match of the pay-per-view was an Intercontinental Championship match between William Regal and RVD. It was a good way to open up WrestleMania with a quick, fast-paced match. But for it to be a really good match, it really needed more time. RVD got the win with a frog splash. I believe this is RVD's first IC title. The next match, the European Championship match between DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, versus Christian. Wasn't a great match. It didn't look that great on paper anyway. They really gave this match way too much time. I think they gave this 10 minutes, and they gave RVD's match 6 minutes. I think they really should have switched those around, given RVD Will Regal 10 minutes, and made Christian DDP 6. DDP's retains with a diamond cutter. There was a cool spot where where DDP went for the diamond cutter, and Christian held onto the ropes. Very nice spot. Never seen that before. Next match is. Next there was a terrible promo from The Rock trying to get Coach to say his prayers. It was kind of funny, but it wasn't really needed. He did the usual Rock, I'm going to get you, blah, 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 blah. Then there was a hardcore championship match between Maven and Goldust. As soon as they said that there was a 24/7 rule, you could just tell that someone was going to steal it. It was a terrible match that was really just a beat down on Maven. He got the victory stolen off of him because of the 24/7 rule, which means Spike Dudley stole the title, and WWE played on this for the rest of the night, having Hurricane beating Spike, then Molly Holly hitting Hurricane with a frying pan, then Christian putting a door into Molly Holly's face, and then finally at the end of the night, Christian was about to get into his car and ride off, and then Maven rolled him up. Maven was the last person to win the title for the night, and the first person to have it. The match, I'm giving it a quarter star. It was just terrible. Then there was a terrible performance from Drowning Pool. Then Kurt Angle versus Kane. Angle won by countering the chokeslam and then rolling Kane up for the pin. He had his feet on the ropes for a leverage pin, which is cheating, as everyone knows. This match was okay. It was really just a filler. It started off slow, but it really picked up in the second half. I've got to be honest, this is where I fell asleep and took my break for the night. So I gave it 2.5 stars. Then the next match is a no DQ match between Undertaker versus Ric Flair. Undertaker won with a tombstone and made his streak 10-0. This is the first time they ever mentioned his streak, when he was 9-0 before the match, and then he got 10-0. It wasn't not a bad match, but it wasn't good. An interference from Arn Anderson really made it seem like Ric Flair was going to win. He gave him the spine buster and then ran away. But it didn't turn out. Undertaker won in a 2.75 star match. And then the no clue why this match was made. Edge didn't know why they booked it like this. They were fighting over shampoo. This was Edge and Booker T. Edge got the win with the execution after a bunch of counters between each other. I really don't know how to talk about this match. They were fighting over shampoo. Seriously. Okay. Next match. Stone Cold vs. Scott Hall. Scott Hall came out with Nash as expected. Austin beat Nash. Austin beat Hall after the 4th stunner. The match absolutely buried Nash and Hall, and that is all. That's all this match was used for, just to bury Nash and Hall. Austin even gave Nash a stunner, which he didn't even have anything to do with the match. But 1 star. Now, next match, the Four Corners Elimination Tag Team match for the WWF Tag Team Championship. This was between Billy Gunn, Dudley Boyz, the APA, and who else is it? And the Hardy Boys. Billy and Chuck retained the titles over the Hardys in a match just to get the tag belts and some more people their payday. It was good but not great. This was really surprising. I thought Billy and Chuck would have been the first to be eliminated. I thought maybe the Dudleys or the Hardy Boys might win this for just because it's WrestleMania. I don't think they'd give it to Billy and Chuck, but they did. I think Chuck raked the eyes when the ref had his back turned. 2.25 stars. Now, what should have been the main event of the night, the Icon versus the Legend, The Rock versus Hulkity Hogany. Being the first time that I had ever watched, being the first time I'd ever watched this match, it was simply breathtaking. I mean, the crowd reaction is what really made this match. The crowd was so mixed. I mean, Hogan was the baby face. Rock was the baby face, and Hogan was the heel. The reaction was so mixed for The Rock, but for Hogan, most people were behind Hogan. All you could hear were cheers for Hogan. You couldn't hear the cheers for The Rock. It was, I don't know, and when the match was over, it was crazy. During the match, it was crazy. The only other time I've heard a louder pop was when maybe even close to as loud, was when Jeff Hardy won the world title for the first time. The Rock beat Hogan after his 3rd rock bottom, and then he hit the people's elbows. After the match, Hogan shook The Rock's hand, and as a sort of passing of the torch from Rock to Hogan, as you're the big, you're the entertainer, we'll say, of the company. Then Hall and Nash came out and beat down Hogan, and then The Rock saved him. Then Hogan celebrates with The Rock after the match, and pretty much turns him into a babyface after Nash and Hall attack him. 3 3/4 stars. Some people think it's a 3. I've seen 5s. I've seen 3.5s. I think this is perfect. This rating, because the wrestling was probably only a 3.5, maybe 3.25, but the spectacle of it just gives it that extra half. It makes it a WrestleMania match that you want to see. It's something that you have to see. We'll just move on. The Women's Championship match between Jazz, Lita, Trish Stratus. Jazz won with a fisherman suplex off the top rope, which was pretty cool. Lita sort of had a spot where she was about to hit a moonsault on both of them, but then Trish Stratus got the knees up. Overall, I gave this match a 1 star, sort of just a filler, to sort of it's to give the crowd a rest before the main event, which should have been in the place of where the Rock and Hogan were. The main event of the night, the WWF Undisputed Championship match, was between Jericho and Triple H. Triple H won with a pedigree on Jericho as he comes off the top rope. This really shouldn't have been the main event, as I've been saying the whole time. This should have been before the Icon vs Legend match, but it wasn't, and it really made a difference. I feel that if the Rock Hogan match was last, it would have I've given the overall main event, I've given the pay-per-view result of this thing a 6.5. I feel that if these two switch positions, that it would give it a different feeling to the pay-per-view. and really, like, it could have been a 7, 7.5. I don't care about the wrestling. The ending that the Icon Legend match had just would have really rounded out the pay-per-view. But yeah, this is it didn't really make a difference. This is Triple H's WrestleMania moment, which is kind of really sad for the amount of accolades that he's got and everything that he's accomplished. For this to be his biggest WrestleMania achievement, like biggest WrestleMania moment, him winning the undisputed titles, it's kind of a bit lackluster for Triple H. Yeah. So guys, as I said, overall 6.5. I think it was a little bit lackluster for I didn't think it was that bad actually. I think everyone just really downputs this WrestleMania because of what the last WrestleMania 17 did for everybody, how good it was compared to the ones before it. But this one compared to the ones before it really, like, it's the medium. It's not the best, it's not really bad, it's just a medium. 17 and 19 were the best, and that's why this one gets put down and said this is a terrible WrestleMania. This is a mediocre WrestleMania. This could have been good if they didn't have those two around it. That's what I believe, and if The Rock and Hogan was the last match, as I said, okay guys, I'm a Swanton 007. Check out my 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002 pay-per-view reviews. Guys, I am on Swanton. Thanks for listening.